Hello, everyone. It is Monday. Still living crazy world with heavy energies. It's kind of hard to make videos talking about anything that have to do with 45. You might get your video taken down or a strike. Like on TikTok, there's a guy talking about the shooting event in Butler, Pennsylvania. No conspiracy theories, just examining evidence, like perfect ears in pictures yesterday. 45's perfect ear, no, nothing's missing. And hardly even a mark. I mean, you can't even really see any mark. There may be some redness, but anyway, so he's talking about that. His videos are being taken down. So it's really hard to talk about anything that has to do with 45. I could almost talk about anything else on earth but 45 and I'd be fine. But when you talk about 45 right now, he's so mired in controversy that you might lose your channel. Your videos might be taken down. So it's kind of hard to do. So yesterday, I talked about the women, the MAGA women, why they're doing it, how it's hurting them. But one thing I've thought about is with the women, and I do feel like they're kind of triggered to come to the forefront right now because Kamala being a woman, and it scares them. That power scares them, and that feeling of daddy's going to be mad at me, or my husband or my boyfriend's going to hit me, or I'm going to be in trouble. So they act like they're all. I wouldn't want Kamala to be president. It's all a hidden. Everything's psychological, and there's something so Freudian about the way that they won't even look at voting for Kamala. They just. They're scared. They're running scared. So going into that, I was going to tell this story, which is not my favorite story to tell, but I think it fits. And well, the first thing is that a lot of 45 Trump supporters, a lot of MAGA people, he's their entire identity. And without 45, without the t-shirts, the flags, the everything, the stickers on the car, bumper stickers, flags, signs, all of it, without all of that, they have nothing. They have given over their entire life, force, identity to 45. Completely. There is no other like I said, there's no other candidate out there, that no other person, not even Jesus, because I've said it for years, and especially now, that if Jesus were to come down on earth, which I feel that he probably already has in many different forms, but as Jesus, the Jesus that we know in movies and books, the Bible, etc., came down and said, I'm here to say that you cannot vote for 45. You have to vote for someone else. Kamala, most likely, is what would be the choice. They would say that Jesus was bad. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene already did that. She came out with the other year and she said that Christians in the Bible and we're bad because crying liberal Christians letting illegals into America, they're bad. That's wrong. So they already said that they don't accept Jesus at this point, and yet whatever their version of Jesus is, which I guess is a gun-toting MAGA person, yeah, I mean, it's 45 has taken over. 45 has taken over. He is and that's what narcissists do. Narcissists take over. They tell you everything you want to hear. They become you, and they take over everything that you are until you're nothing. They suck all your energy out, and you are nothing. And that's how they survive. They literally are soul suckers, as I said, and there's nothing left to you. Their entire identity is gone. So the thing about the women, I've felt this for a while, that the MAGA women saying that 45 can do whatever he wants. When he said, I could grab someone by the pee, and they let me do it. When you're a star, they let you do it. And they said, that's okay with me. And they even started wearing t-shirts like, grab my, you know what. They completely gave over their morals. Now, again, daddy issues, psychological, Freudian, aligning with the abuser for safety. It's also a sexual, again, it's Freudian. When kids are sexually abused, they often become promiscuous as teenagers because they have hypersexuality. They don't feel like they own their own body, and they feel like they have to be validated. I can't believe I'm talking about this. I'm not a psychologist, but I know enough about this stuff, and I'm kind of channeling too. They feel that the only way to be validated is by someone wanting them sexually. And Janis Joplin kind of had that complex, unfortunately. Um, that's what I see, these women. So I worked at Sears when I was 19, and there was a woman there, kind of a mousy, frail woman. She was a single mom, had a daughter, sweet daughter. And then she started dating this guy, this creepy guy. And all of a sudden, she changed. And next thing you know, we find out that she allowed the guy to molest her daughter. Allowed. This story has haunted me for years, because you think, what if I'd known that? Could I have prevented it? Could I have done anything? Could I have stopped it? And you just go, no, because none of us knew. But when you hear it, you go, my God, how is this possible? How could a mother allow this to happen? And I remember it's cemented in my mind at 19. I will never allow a man, any guy, any entity, anyone to take away my whatever decision making to keep my kids safe. When I have kids, no man's gonna hurt my children like that. He can hurt me, but no man's ever gonna hurt my children like that. And that cemented in me that you can't allow other people to let you lose yourself and do horror. No man, no relationship, no money, no situation is worth it, obviously. So when I see these women aligning with 45, who is a known sexual abuser, he said he would grab women by the pee, which is rape. He has rapist talks about sleeping with his daughter, this whole thing with Katie Johnson and the other teenagers at Epstein, and the things that he did. He raped a girl for entertainment purposes only, but the legal documents are there, the deposition is there. And you just go, these women are like that. These women are like that lady I worked with, who allowed some creep to hurt her daughter, and she allowed it. And you just think, there has to be a point where you say no, loud and clear, no. And I feel like a lot of us are saying that. When Kamala stepped forward, we all said yes to the healthy feminine energy. And that could include men, because men have feminine energy too. And no to the toxic male. And 45 is as toxic as it gets. He's allowed toxic males, the really rapists for entertainment purposes only, has allowed them to go and do and become the worst of the worst and our worst nightmare. And we're saying yes to Kamala and no to 45. But these women, these toxic MAGA women, are still in that place of dysfunction where they're letting the abuser take over and do these horrible things. And it's also like when you have a friend and she said in high school, oh, my mom's new boyfriend abused me, and I told her, and then she told me to move out because she's choosing the boyfriend over me. That's what it feels like. It's this complete lack of ability of the feminine on that side to choose the feminine, to choose to do the right thing, to protect, to be nurturing, to be strong. And they're choosing the abuser because that's all they know. In a way, it's really sad, but you do have to hold them. They have to be held accountable. 45 should not even be on the ballot. And part of me wonders if he will be on the ballot. Like I said, I didn't even think I was going to say that in the video yesterday. He may not be on the ballot because he could be in jail. He could be sentenced. Maybe this whole thing with Katie Johnson fully comes out, and she comes out and the other victims come out, and it's over. Like the nightmare will be over, because finally 45 will be seen completely for what he is. And these women finally have to wake up and say no to him and yes to healthy Kamala. Kamala represents not just a strong woman, but that strong female energy, the nurturing energy, the positive, progressive, hope, and all the ethnicities of America, like the Statue of Liberty. She's all of it in one. And that is what I choose. And I wish that these other women, these MAGA women, would see the truth. But they're still stuck in dysfunction, and that's just what I have to say. And yes, all the MAGA people are still stuck in the dysfunction too of toxic male, violence, fear, hate, prejudice, all the things of fear, all the things down in the ego. They just can't step out of that and move into the light. The light scares them. And they have no identity, none. And to put a visual to that, I might post a video. When I was finding about narcissism years ago, I saw this video of, it was a praying mantis. And someone put it in water, a bowl of water. And I said, what the? You're going to kill it. It was already dead. It had a parasite in it that was attached to its nervous system. And the praying mantis would eat and move and walk around and grab things, but it was technically dead. The parasite, the narcissist, was in there controlling everything, but it was dead. That's how I always see MAGA people. And that's why I always fight this. And I do try to be compassionate, because I could just go around saying, you idiots, and I probably have. But really, it's like, I really do feel sorry for them, but also they do have to make the right choice, because that is how we get our power back. And I do feel like overwhelmingly, I'm seeing and feeling that people are going to choose Kamala, which is the right choice. The left candidate, but the right choice. And I hope that a lot of MAGA people watch this video and hear what I have to say, because I don't want them to be in that place anymore of abuse and fear and all of that. We want all of us to move together, forward together. Okay, moving on from that. So the whole thing, I talked about the shooting event in Butler. I think if I say, a lot, and I'm sorry about that. It's my filler word, like, I say that too, and so please forgive me for that. Okay, so I feel like my best instincts were that first night and the next day, and like when Jamie and I did a whole live about it, you start logic comes in. Well, maybe it wasn't planned, right? But this whole thing where the AP press showed a picture of 45's ear yesterday, it's 2 weeks after the event, and it's an intact ear. And now they took the pictures down and they're trying to say, oh, those were doctored or those weren't real. No, it was real. And when he had that bandage on his ear, I always got that it was a bandage to hide, not to heal, to hide. And if he had been shot by a bullet, that would have been front page news, not just that there had been some attempt and all the stuff about the shooter and everything. No, it would have been full on in the news. Here's the bullet, here's the particles of ear, here's the cartilage, here's this and that, here's the blood, here's the doctor report, here's the x-rays. We would have known. But because it wasn't a bullet that hit him, and there were bullets in the picture, and some guy did die and people got injured, so we know there were bullets there was a shooter, but he didn't get hit. And he took he's an advantageous, what would you call an opportunist, a grifter. He literally the next day grifted off of it. I feel it was planned, again, because the way he got up and he said, fine. And what really got me was when he said, wait. And that was him saying, I didn't get my line out yet, that we'd planned this event. I really feel that for entertainment purposes only. Why would I don't know. I don't know why all the details, but I do know this. I feel 99.9% it was planned to get the attention off the Project 225 and the Epstein things about Katie Johnson. It was a great diversion. And also somebody mentioned a movie, I can't remember, that had the exact plan that happened that night. It was to the T. Wag the Dog. I think that's what it was. Wag the Dog. So, okay. Half of his ear would be missing, or at least a chunk of his ear would be missing, or there would be stitches, or there would be a notch, there would be a line from the scar, there would be a scar. There would be doctor notes. But out of anything, because they won't tell us, Ronny Jackson's just hiding all the evidence and helping him hide it. He's got his little enabler hiding it. No real doctors telling us. There would be a huge line or a chunk missing off his ear if it had been a real bullet. Now, there were bullets, but This is what I get from this. He lies. He lies. This is why it's wrong. He lies. He grifts. He lies. He should have just said, yeah, I got hit by shrapnel or glass. But he can't do that. And he took money from people, and he lied during the whole RNC, and he says things like, I took a bullet for America, and tries to blame Democrats. And if somebody, you know how you've heard in the press, different events where people will say, let's say on Facebook, someone said, Nancy Joe has cancer, donate through her GoFundMe. And then Nancy Joe gets like $100,000 in GoFundMe. And then you find out Nancy Joe never had cancer. This is what that's like. Why is that okay? And this, why is that not okay? And why is this okay? Just because it's 45? I feel like we all know he's lying. But see, they let him do it because they want to win. They want to win. And they can't make the emperor mad. The emperor has no clothes. They can't tell the emperor he's naked. Don't make him mad. Don't make daddy mad. We know daddy's lying. We know he didn't get hit. We know it was just a piece of glass, but we don't want to make daddy mad. So they play the lie, and we have to sit by and go, oh my gosh, he's lying, and nobody's calling him out. We don't even get to have doctor notes. With 45, it's all mired in complete secrecy, lies, and deception. How much has he arranged for others to lie and cover up this situation? That's wrong. That's like Watergate. This is like Watergate, Eargate. We deserve to know. One lie is a million lies. We can't let him in the White House again. We cannot. So that really bothers me. And the way that they're taking down pictures, taking down videos, the way that the Secret Service or the FBI succumbed to whoever that said, oh, you can't say that he didn't get hit by a bullet. Well, forensic experts should be involved. You know, they could take different cell phones from people at the rally that night and get the videos I guarantee there's got to be at least one video or picture out there that shows the bullet passing by but not hitting him or hitting him. But there's at least one video out there that would show it, the impact. We live in a world of cameras everywhere, so somebody's got some footage that would clear up the situation, because he's never going to tell the truth. They talk to him, lie, 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 lie. Not going to give up the evidence. Evidence from the hospital is probably already gone. So there's that. And then anything else? Oh, okay. Well, this is the good news. Well, depending. Okay, so Pete Buttigieg, it does look now like he's not going to be on. I feel like the energy was really there. It really was. But I understand why he wouldn't want to run and be VP, because it might prevent him from being president later. And I feel like that's his ultimate goal, is to be president later on. And also, he's worried about his kids. And we know how the MAGA people are. There's SWATs and death threats and all. So I understand that. Now, looking at the next thing after that was out, and I was like, okay, yeah, he's not going to run and she's not going to pick him. Loud and clear, I got Harris Kelly, very strong, Harris Kelly. And I saw Mark Kelly, this American hero and astronaut. And then I saw Gabby Giffords, and I was like, that's the winning ticket right there. That's what's going to happen. I could see Gabby Giffords at the inauguration ball, her beautiful smiling face, the joy, America's joy. It locked in. And I'm like, well, that's all I see now is Gabby Giffords. So Kamala is enough on her own. Mark Kelly is enough on his own, but you add in Gabby Giffords and it's like done deal. So I really think that's it. I really think that I never felt like Gretchen Whitmer was going to be a candidate. Never. I never felt like, what was it, Josh Shapiro? Never felt that. Pete Buttigieg, yes, very strongly. Some people said Beto, I wish, but I really think that he's more into his family and his community, and he is thinking of, could he work in the Senate? Could he run for president in 4 more years? It just wasn't time yet. He doesn't want to be VP, although he would be great. But yeah, Harris Kelly, to me, that's like, I see it, but you never know. But yeah, Gabby Giffords, she's the one that's going to seal the deal. Anything else? Think about the news. President Biden wrote his letter for suggestions for the Supreme Court. And he was right, and he was fair and honest, and he's right in what he's saying. There should be ethics code, there should be term limits, and I hope that they adopt these things. President Harris probably most likely will adopt these new legislations, and that will be really good. I can't think of anything else to say, so the energy must have left, and I'll leave it at that. But I will say this. 45 is scared. The polls show him doing bad. And he's scared. Oh, so somebody was saying, will he get rid of JD Vance? And can he? And I think, well, he's desperate, so he's going to try. He's going to try. I don't know if he can. Let me see. Let's look at the ballot in November. Okay, see, I see Harris, Kelly. I still see Buttigieg, but I do see Harris, Kelly. I do see Trump, Vance. But he's definitely thinking of getting rid of Vance. And so it could happen. See, he wants to get a female now to combat Kamala. So he could do a Carrie Lake or a Kristi Noem. And I've always felt that he considered Kristi Noem, which is ick. Yeah, that's all I can think about that. But 45 is upset. He is upset. And yeah, he's feeling the burn. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.